I propose to talk about cobotics, or collaborative robotics. This is the plan of my presentation. I will start by definition of what is cobotics, and I will give you example of existing cobots. After that, I will define the scientific and technology challenges associated to cobotics, and I will finish by a brief presentation of Cerealis' development in this field. So, to define cobotics, on this slide, I make the difference between a cobotic system and a remote handling system. As you can see, in cobotics, there is no master arm, there is no slave arm, there is only one manipulator, and this manipulator is used by an operator in order to perform a task. A cobot is a collaborative robot. That means that to perform the task, some degrees of freedom are controlled in force and position by the user, and the other degrees of freedom are controlled by the robot. And in this manner, we increase the efficiency of the task. Generally, we use the robot because it brings a very important strength and very important accuracy in position, and the operator brings its knowledge of the task. Why we need cobots? I think the main reason is the problem of musculoskeletal disorder. You probably know that in France, the number of professional diseases has increased in a factor 8 from 1992 to 2006. And it is a very important societal problem. The cost for our society in France is more than 1 billion euros because of this problem. So we need cobots in order to help workers to realize repetitive tasks. For instance, we need cobots to suppress the waste of manipulated objects. We need cobots to guide gesture with model. We need cobots, for instance, to protect part of the environment. We need cobots to limit speed and force of the user. We need cobots for improve the posture of the operator. We need cobots to increase the effort of the human. So there is many applications of cobotics. From my point of view, cobots are the future tools of worker. But from my point of view, I think also cobots could be used by elderly people and handicapped people in order to guide their gesture and increase their strength. On this slide, you have 3 examples of existing cobots. The first example is an assisted clamp. This clamp is developed by Airbus 3D in France. There is a small motor inside this clamp, and 80% of the force is controlled by the clamp, and the remaining 20% are controlled by the user. On this video, you can see a cobot that have been developed for walking assistance. These handicapped people wear a cobot on his 2 legs, and the cobot controls the position of its legs and help him to walk. Second example of cobotic system, developed by Stanley in US. This cobot helps operators to manipulate heavy load, like this car storage. There is an intuitive interface that measures the movement of the operator and a control loop that moves the cobot and suppress the inertia and suppress the friction of the cobot. And so, as you can see, with a very great efficiency, the worker is able to put inside the car the dashboard. So now, on this slide, I will try to define the requirement for a perfect cobotic system. To define this requirement, we can use 2 criteria, an ergonomic criteria and a task criteria. If we use the ergonomic criteria, you can see that a cobot is an intuitive interface, easy to move, so with low friction and with low and few inertia. The cobot must be also safe, Cobot is a robot, and in case of failure, it is very dangerous for the user. So we have to deal with this safety problem. So if we use the ergonomic criteria, that deals to the development of lightweight manipulators with a light structure and small motors and small gear. If we use the task criteria, the cobot must be able to develop effort as humans do, for instance, with a force greater than 50 Newton or more. And in case of gesture guidance, the cobot must be able to develop important stiffness. So if you use these task criteria, we have to develop heavy manipulators with no structure compliance, with big motors and big gears. So there is a contradiction between these two approaches. And the problem is Cobotics is to find solution to solve this contradiction. And I propose you to show you how we can solve this contradiction by designing new mechatronic architecture or by designing new control command approach. On this slide, I answer to the question how to transform an industrial robot in a robot. In that case, I use big actuators, so the robot is not safe for user, and the ergonomic is not okay. But the force is very important. To solve the problem, we have integrate two force sensors at the end of the robot. There is one main force sensor that is put at the end of the robot, and this force sensor reduces the inertia and reduces the friction of the robot. There is a second force sensor that is under the human interface, and this force sensor measures the strength generated by the user. And under the human interface, there is a second interface, and on this interface we can put, for instance, a gripper or a tool in order to realize a specific task. On this slide, I show you the control diagram of the robot. You can see the two force sensors and the two control loops, two force control loops. And between these two control loops, there is an homothetic gain. For instance, in that case, 1 for 10. And in this control diagram, 10% of the strength is controlled by the operators, and 90% of the strength is controlled by the robot. In order to be stable in every case, for instance, when the robot is in contact with the environment, we have developed an intelligent handle. This handle includes pressure sensor. When the robot is in contact with the environment, the pressure generated by the operator is very important, and so we reduce the gain of the force loop in order to have a good stability. On this video, I will show you the result of this control command diagram using a Stobli robot. You can see this young lady that has a lot of difficulty to manipulate a load of 7 kilograms. So she prefers using its cobot in order to manipulate this load. And because there is an homothecy of 10, finally she has only an effort of 700 grams to manipulate the load. And the 19% of the load is controlled by the robot. So it is a good illustration of how we have solved the problem of ergonomy. And on this second sequence, you can see that the young boy is not able to stop the lady because the strength of the lady is augmented by a factor 10. And it is a good example to show that intelligence will always win against strength. You can see also on this video the difference of elongation between the two springs. So we can imagine with this control diagram that we can transform every robot in cobot and realize tasks with a very good assistance. Now I want to show you a second development in the field of mechatronics. In that case, we use small actuators, and so there is a good ergonomy and a good safety, but the force is not adapted to the task. To solve this problem, We have developed an exoskeleton called ABLE. It is an upper limb exoskeleton with 4 actuated axes and able to control the motion of the human arm and to deliver 10 Newton in the hand of the operators. The first application of this exoskeleton is rehabilitation of injured people. The main innovation of this system is the technology of actuation. We have developed this concept of actuators that use ball screw pulling a closed-loop cable transmission. And this design leads to a very low level of friction, only few % of the maximum force of the system. This design has also a very low inertia, equivalent to human arm, and the design is very compact because of the use of cable. On this slide, you see our roadmap using this technology of actuators. In 2009, we have already developed a 4-axis upper limb exoskeleton, and this exoskeleton will be tested by injured people for rehabilitation. In 2010, we will have a 7-axis upper limb exoskeleton, a complete exoskeleton with a control of the wrist. In 2011, we will develop lower limb exoskeleton for 2 classes of applications. The first one concerns assistance for walking, and the second concerns military application in order to develop an exoskeleton able to assist people that have a very heavy load, for instance, 500 kilograms, and to walk with this heavy load. And in 2010, we will realize a cobot arm in order to address the manufacturing industry. So to conclude, cobotics is a new application of robotics technology. There is a huge market for the development of assistive tools for the worker, assistive tools for elderly and handicapped people. There is a need of technology in the field of mechatronics, more precisely in development of new technology of actuators and sensors. And there is also a need in control command in order to have an ergonomic and safe interaction. Thank you for your attention.